Earthlings, welcome to the second drawing stream of Blue Star Ubu. I am Spaceman Vtuber Ubu, but feel free to call me Blue Star Ubu because it sounds cooler. You might be wondering, where am I? I'm flying, wee, and small, don't worry. I decided today I could shrink and grow at will. I'll go back to normal for you. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone has had a wonderful day today. My day personally has been okay. I spent most of it drawing, and I thought I'd do that more. So that's why we're doing what we're doing today. Before we get started though, I actually have a few announcements. Typically, I do a stream, I feel like it was successful, and then 30 minutes later I think to myself, oh crap, there was something I wanted to tell everyone. I remembered to write it down before we started streaming instead of never. The first thing, I have announced the rest of January streams on Twitter. I assume we will actually stick to this schedule. The last one got thrown off because of a little snip gallbladder removal, but here we are getting things back on track as I recover from that. So feel free to follow me on Twitter for that, or just go to Twitter, but following me on Twitter would be helpful if you want to keep up with my streams. The second announcement I have today, yesterday, unfortunately, had to accept defeat at the hands of my all-or-nothing Pokemon quiz failure. Also, if you could let me know how the mic sounds, that would be nice. That's something I typically don't think about, but I don't want to be, destroying your eardrums or not destroying them enough. But anyway, as I was saying, yesterday, I just decided through my own imperfections to do a punishment stream on Friday. At first, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, because I'm trying to steer clear of video games for now while I work on improving my PC. But I decided, you know what, we'll do a video game. So we're going to, and by we, I mean me, am going to play Five Nights at Freddy's, which I know a lot of people think is a kid's game, but it's a scary game that makes me feel spooked. That's on the Switch. And I'm going to order something I never ever in my entire life wanted to order, and I'm going to eat it while I play the game. I'm going to play Five Nights at Freddy's while I eat a pineapple pizza. I don't want to jump on the meme train and go crazy with how, oh my gosh, pineapple doesn't belong on a pizza. But I personally don't really like pineapple that much, and if you were here for my debut, you'll know that my favorite food is pizza, so it almost feels like it's defiling something glorious. But in the name of punishment stream, I'll play a game I never wanted to play and eat a food I never wanted to eat, just for you, because I just love y'all that much. The last announcement, next Wednesday, not tomorrow, but 8-ish days from now, I'm having my 2-week celebration stream. That'll be fun. Very fun. I've got a couple pretty fun things planned I can't wait to do, and one of them is a Q&A session. If you would like to submit a question for me to answer, it can be anything as long as it's safe for work. If you have a question for me, I have linked a marshmallow on my Twitter, so go follow me there and you will be able to submit a question, and that'll be a real fun time. Even outside of the Q&A, however, we do have festivities planned for Wednesday that I'm really excited about. And with that, I can crumple up my post-it note and throw it away. Because that was the announcements. I did them all. boy, isn't it refreshing to be on this side of the announcements. Now, without further ado, I don't see why we should hold up any longer. Let's get into some drawing. Or, as the title says, some drawn. Pew! Do you like my new glasses? I made them for the quiz stream yesterday. And I just figured that drawing glasses fit in really well with drawing. So, you might be wondering what I have here. I have a list of things I'd like to draw. Some of them will be what we did last time, and some of them will be, you know, perhaps viewer requested. But I also have some things I want to create for upcoming streams. And this right here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, this here is whatchamacallit. Oh, this is a theater room. I want to have a special room for when I do movie watch-alongs, and I'm currently in the middle of drawing theater chairs. I pulled up a reference that's been helping me out a lot because I don't know what they look like off the top. I have an idea of what I want in the back of my mind, but I don't know off the top of my head what a theater chair looks like. So what I've done is I've drawn the backs and I've drawn the little cup holder things. So now what I'm gonna do, let's see, what layer is this? Okay, that's the chair backs. So what I'll do is make a new layer and make it red. I don't want too vibrant of a red. How's that? I think that looks good. So we'll just get to coloring the chair backs and see how it looks at the end. Next, obviously, we'll color the cup holders, the arms. Yeah, I know typically I stream for about 2 hours tops, but today I want to see if I can stream even longer, get a lot of work done, and do it all on stream. That'll be fun. Oh, hold on a second. I don't know. Oh, these are the cup holders. And there. Okay, it's on that layer. Sorry, there's just a little speck bothering me. What was I talking about? That darn speck of dust got in my way yet again. Something. Oh well, it'll come back. Length of my streams. The debut stream, you know, I didn't want to go for too long. I didn't want to overstay my welcome, so that was less than an hour. The Klonoa stream, I probably could have gone a bit longer, but I wanted to be rested up for the next day. You know, there's been a reason for why I've stopped, essentially. Either through physical limitations, or just, I don't want to, you know, I have like a specific game plan and I've already accomplished it. But today, I have a lot of stuff on the agenda, potentially. So I figured, let's see how long my throat, you know, my voice can hold up. I'm feeling like my side isn't hurting me too much today. So this should be feasibly my first longer than 2.5 hour stream. If it is, boy, that would be cool. Maybe we could do a congratulations Ubu, you went longer than 2.5 hours celebration stream. Sometime in February, though. I've got January all figured out. Yeah, whenever I was coming up with ideas... Wow, voice crack. When I was coming up with ideas for streams, one of the things I always thought of was I'd love to do some sort of endurance stream. See how long I can stream. It's easier said than done, though. There is a point when you just, at least for me, when you feel like you're just taking up everyone's time. Though I suppose, if, I'm not forcing anyone to watch this. People are here of their own accord. And I thank you very much for sticking it out. Not just sticking it out, but enjoying me enough to be here. So, I suppose, if there are viewers who are watching me, even if there aren't, it'd just be fun to see how long I could stream, Yeah, just because there are a couple of plateaus where, everyone's off to lunch or something, that doesn't mean that you immediately just give up. And that's something I learned before I became a VTuber. I think it's a really good thing to keep in mind, because anytime someone decides they want to start streaming, they immediately think that 20 people are just going to fall out of the sky. Perhaps that's so with enough marketing, but I was not in that situation. I'm very grateful for the people who are here, people who do watch. But the quantity isn't there, So every once in a while I do have, someone like me in my position does have to kinda... Okay, the reason I did this, I'm sorry, one subject to another. I'm sure y'all are interested in my viewership talk, but I forgot why I'm moving layers around, and I need to not do that. What I do need to do, however, is pull out the eraser. We're going to erase some chairs. Because I don't want the chairs to overlap with cup holders. Because they don't really do that in reality. Cup holders stick out further than chairs. There we go, that's better. Still don't know what I'm going to do with the the bottoms, which is an inappropriate thing for me to call them, because that's where the bottoms go. Anyway, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But now we'll color in the cup holders. And what I want to do with this background, I wanted to have a few, 4 or 5 main chairs, because you never know, you might get a friend who's on board with doing a movie watch along with you, I'd like to come up with some stream ideas that aren't just me talking about a movie, It's maybe me and a friend, doing a little with the movie as a theme of our back and forth. Oh, I missed a little bit on this chair. Get out of here, you darn dirty ape. That's not it. Get your paws off me. Yeah, Planet of the Apes. Anyway, maybe that could be a movie I watch, but I don't know if anyone's really passionate enough about the original Planet of the Apes for me to talk about that. But yeah, there are a couple things I'd be content watching by myself. I believe maybe I haven't talked about it on stream, but as we approach February, I'm going to start, hopefully, throwing a lot more ideas at the wall and seeing what sticks with everyone, and what I see as a success. And some of those ideas are, movie themed. Yeah, I think that's where I was going with the story. let me try and get back on track. I had a brain fart. Yeah. Okay, I remember what I was saying. Some of those ideas are movie themed. Some of them are more traditional watch-alongs, where it's a movie I've never seen before. I think it'd be interesting to watch it with you all. However, for the most part, watching movies, I don't really have I've come to realize any sort of philosophy or like or dislike for watching movies, if that makes sense. Movies, it's not like a video game where it's like, hey, I thoroughly enjoy playing this video game or something like that, you know? It's more of, hey, this thing is in front of me and it's holding my attention like a baby with car keys, you know? So, because of that, most of the time when I'm in the same room as a movie, I just want to rag on it. Even if it's a good movie, I just want to not even pick it apart like a movie critic or something like that. I'm just gonna say stupid stuff the way I would about anything else, I guess. Like if you watch my Klonoa playthrough, you know, I said I was having a fun time, but I still had a silly remark for everything I was doing. Let me get some water real quick. Oh, speaking of such, drink some milk. And I've been drawing without my pen this whole time. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, you could put a movie I've seen multiple times and I thoroughly enjoy it in front of me, but I'm not in the mood to watch it, you know? I just want to be silly. I don't if that makes any sense. Now where do we want this layer? What was I going to say? Give me a second, I've got a little bit on my mind. Yeah, a lot of movies, I think it'd just be fun to what the heck even is this? I'm sure, I've seen enough of it to know that I could just rag on this for no reason, just for my own amusement. Maybe a dozen other people would also want to watch that. Also, I'm sorry I keep shaking the desk. I'll stop doing that. But yeah, oh, wait a second. Uh-oh, wrong layer. Here we go. And we'll start with this one, then the... Here's me. There we go. Yeah, Oh, there's only 4 chairs here. Okay. I was thinking of the amount of cup holders there are, because they do that annoying thing with theater chairs where each chair has 2 cup holders, but one is shared by another chair. Man, that's annoying. Now, some of this is going to be obscured by other chairs. I'm going to make a couple extra assets that I add to the whatchamacallit, the setup. And those are going to obscure everything, make it look more like a theater, cover up the legs and stuff in case I have a guest who doesn't have a full body model, or someone like me who has one, but he's standing straight up, which you don't do while sitting down. Let's do this again. Maybe rotate it this way. There we go, that's better, I suppose. And then, nope, no, a little bit better. Here, that looks better. We'll clean up those lines a little. maybe we'll thicken them out. Oop. And let's rotate it back as such. Excuse me. And here. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I want to make a theater setup for every occasion. I don't just want it to look like hold on. It's lopsided. I don't like lopsided. Zoom in. Enhance image. Now we're hacking into the mainframe. What are they hiding from us? There we go. I think this is an improvement. We'll have to zoom back out to look at it. Maybe make this line a little bit bigger. Yeah, I know that this chair seat is technically a bit bigger than this one. I'm going to be a bit forgiving with myself, considering the fact that, you know, this presumably will all be obscured by other stuff eventually. You know what we could do if we're feeling particularly lazy? Which, I'm not feeling lazy per se, I'm just feeling creative. We could take this, do a little copy paste. There we go. And we'll simply make up for all the blank space here. Because obviously the seats aren't completely symmetrical. There we go. And I don't see why we can't do the same with this one. Oh, hold on. Peep. You want to combine the layers. Excuse me. And copy that. There we go. How does that look? No, not as good. We'll just draw a new chair for that. Or a new seat bottom. Now, you might ask the question, if they're theater chairs, why are they all down? Considering theater chairs only come up whenever someone's sitting in them. And to that I'd say, quit thinking about it too hard, please. I beg of you. This is my livelihood you're destroying. I'm just kidding. Like that. Oh, it was so close yet so far. It's a darn shame, really. Yeah, it seems good to me. And now we make a new layer and color those in. Of course, the same color as the chair tops. Oops, that's too much. Oh, while I'm thinking about it though, yeah, zooming in that much was a blessing in disguise. I got to see how much we missed here. I don't want an amateur job. I want to do this correctamundo. Okay, there's some we need to cover. There's a little more. There's that. That looks good to me. There's some spots that we need to cover up. Oh, New color, new challenge. Challenge defeated. I don't know what the term is. Okay, back to the color layer for the chair bottoms. Options open in case it's... Oh no. What's this? Huh? Hold on. I don't understand. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. What about... Okay. The problem fixed itself eventually. I don't understand the logic. But anyhow, you never know what kind of movie watching experience we'll get. There are some people I'd like to invite onto my channel for a few funny movie related... A few specific things have to go really right for that to happen. Like, I have to know that me and that person can, like, bounce off of each other and kind of click with the same sense of humor, I guess. And I don't know. It is a fun thing to consider collaboration ideas, but, you know, if this VTuber venture that I've gone out on has taught me anything, it's that I obviously love to try and do everything myself, and that whenever I try to involve other people, it kind of makes me feel like a burden. I just think it's cool to be able to, you know, do everything on your own, not have to depend on other people too much. They might not want to... How is that? Okay, well, whatever. At the same time, though, it's fun making friends. It'd be really cool to, you know, get a what's the word or the term I'm looking for? Yeah, like getting into VTubing, there's been a lot of supportive people, and I think it would be cool to be able to, you know, just have fun on a stream with some of those people. And I think I've come up with some pretty interesting ideas. It's just how many of those people are like, this guy is okay territory, and how many of them are, heck yeah, you have really interesting ideas, you know? Okay, so what do I want to do next? I know what I want to do next. What I'm going to do is a little shading, a little basic shading. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. The first thing we'll shade is here. We'll do some like basic chair back shading as if it's kind of curving in like that. You know, just give you an idea. But on this side, it'll probably be a little more. There we go. And then in the middle, the shading will be more centrifugal. In the middle, as they say. No, I don't like that line. That looks stupid. No line. Never mind. And then to kind of set... Oh, never mind. How big was that shade? Bigger. That's good. Speaking of fun stream ideas, today I came up with a really fun one. I need to try and fit it into my schedule somewhere, because it'd be really fun to do. I know that's a vague statement. I just want you all to keep in mind I'm still coming up with with fun stuff. It's seriously like the most fun of being a VTuber is having an excuse to sit around and think of like silly comedy ideas, basically. I don't know. I suppose we'll do a little bit less central right there. Lean it on the left more, and then that next chair will be even more so to the left. Yeah, there's some really fun stuff that just like pops into my head. And I know like so much of just who I am as a person is getting excited for stuff well before it even happens. It's probably like, okay, well if it's so exciting, do it. I will. I just need to do it at the right time. I can't announce everything at once, otherwise all the oomph is gone, you know? Okay, that looks fine. Kinda looks like red blood cells, but you know, I don't care. Then we'll do some shading over here. And erase that. And then erase that. There we go. Doing good, doing good. Maybe a little more over here. I guess that's fine. And then we'll come over here. We'll do a little more of the top here. You know, one thing that stunk. So one of the things on my schedule for January is a pre-recorded short story reading. And it's not just reading a short story, it's writing a short story. Nothing fancy. Emphasis on short story. But I had to restart my computer, and I have this really bad habit where I don't save anything unless I finish it. I usually just leave everything open and do with it what I will until it's done. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Had to burp. Anyway, yeah, so I have to start the short story over. I almost finished it, and it took me like less than a day to do that, so it's not going to be like a lengthy video. It's just I wanted to do some silly writing, because I do like writing. I don't get an opportunity to do very much writing. Typically the only opportunities I do get are related to comics and stuff, and that's so just like sporadic. It's not quite the same as sitting down and letting the inspiration of a simple short story come off the page at you. Okay. This looks good, but it's the wrong direction. I wish I had the foresight to have known that ahead of time. Well, is it though? It looked right. That's the problem. This area looks wrong. As you can tell, okay, well, we'll just have to start over. Yeah, I'm a professional, fellas. Okay, so we'll do a little shading here. There we go. Awesome. And then we'll come over here and erase all this, because it doesn't look right. I knew something, every once in a while there's, I do something wrong and it's just something about it, but I can't put my finger on it. And usually it is just like you put a shadow where it didn't belong. Genius. There, that looks better. And now we'll do some shading for the seat bottoms themselves. Start with this one here. Yeah, right here. I know the chair's a little poofy, but whatever. I really don't like that. It's too poofy. Yeah, it looks like a different shape than what it is. We'll, let's see, where is it? There it is. Well, let's go to black line. I probably shouldn't sing songs. I might get copyright claimed. Boy, that would be quite an honor. No, I'm just kidding. It would not be. Just everyone talks about it. Oh no, I got claimed by some greedy corporation. It's like, you should be honored. I'm just kidding. You should be irritated when that happens. I think it's more of a joke because it's just like, if it happens, it almost just seems like you've made it as a YouTuber, you know? Okay, and then erase that a little bit. There, that's much better. We've done it. We've made the seat look good. In my opinion. In my humble, honest, biased opinion. And what we want to do is maybe have the edges have a shadow here. I don't know. We'll see how that looks. Oh yeah. I like how it's turning out. We'll do the same thing over here, but not as insane looking. Nice. Clean that up a little. And then we'll come over here and color that in. There. I don't remember what side I did this on. Okay, other side, I suppose. It's all the way to the left, so it's going to have some crazy left shading, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I listened to One Winged Angel again today. Every once in a while I do that. I just like that song. Even before they put him in Smash Brothers. It's just catchy. We're getting pretty close. Because what I want to do after I do these chairs is I want to copy them and then put them in the back, and then maybe if I have space put them in the back again, but with like different colors to indicate that they're, you know, further back, more in the dark. And then what I want to do is make like a new row to put in front, and then, you know, I'll drag in like a little PNG of myself to show you how it would look during a stream. Okay, we also want to shade, well, we also want to have a little bit lighter shading. They call that lighting. Just to look neat. I wish I had a means to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Excuse me.
Though, to be fair, I should probably play Final Fantasy VII first. It's always a game I wanted to play, but never had a way to play it. Adult, every time I see a copy of it, you know, like one of the discs is missing and it's like $100, just, you know, is it really going to be worth it in the end? But now it's on the Switch for like 20. The original. I want to play the original. I have Final Fantasy IX. I haven't really played it at all, but it looks fun. I can't wait to play that game. It has like the more the character designs that I think of a little like, well, when I think of Final Fantasy, I think of a lot of different things. Of course, I think of Cloud, and you know, I think of like the angsty anime fellas, but I also have a fondness for like when they were on the Nintendo consoles and the characters were more cartoony, you know, in line with Squaresoft at the time, you know, Dragon Quest, Akira Toriyama, you know what I mean, just cartoony characters. And let's erase this a little, and then there we go. How's that look? Not bad. I actually, as a matter of fact, want to blend all this a lot. Here he is today, throwing a theate. Ubu. Then we will... Is this the... Okay, good. Because in my head, I'm thinking of like those felt chairs, not the super nice, luxurious recliners. I'm thinking of just like felt theater chairs, where you see them and you think theater, but you don't think high-end theater. Because, well, I mean, sure, I want to take my friends to a movie, but do you think that I, of all people, have enough money for a high-end theater? The answer is maybe if I save up for a month. But as of now, no. So what we'll do for the felt is blend the shading, and what we'll do for the colors of so the colors only... What was I doing? Where are the colors for those other cup holder things? Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. As long as it's, you know, above here. Or below the lines. Ah! That's not what I wanted. Alright, so if we're shading this way, then we'll do that. And that. And that. No, too much. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. And then we'll go back with a darker shade of gray for the inside of the cup holder. How dark, you might say? This dark, of course. How dare you ask me such questions? I'm just kidding. You can ask me any questions you want. It's just a matter of whether or not I have any interest in answering them, whether or not they will be answered. Here we go. There we go. And last but not least, there we go. Cool, we did it. I think that looks nice. I know it's not like high-end, but one thing I pride myself in is with my backgrounds, you
kind of know what you're looking at. This one's an exception. This one, I got a little carried away and made it look like a Pokemon Stadium background or something, but I just loved the way it turned out. It looks like I'm behind like a glass screen, and I have like a special TV for my viewership to see what I'm drawing on my tablet. But I have other backgrounds that are a little more orthodox, I suppose, like the presentation room and stuff. Or coherent as well, not abstract.
Okay, so what we're going to do now... well, before we do anything else, we gotta put some lighting. I always forget the lighting. Was it this? Okay, this layer. What's going to be really funny is seeing, like, Vtubers who aren't as cartoonish looking as me clashing with the art style of everything I draw, assuming we get any collaborations. Honestly, it's easy to think that because I didn't go out of my way to, look different. It's just how I draw, and I wanted to do everything myself as far as art assets go. But when you think about it, a lot of VTubers have different art styles. A lot of them are in, an anime art style. So it's like if you had South Park and King of the Hill, and like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents. Like if Timmy Turner, Cartman, SpongeBob, and Hank Hill were all in the same episode of a show, those are all, the American equivalent of animation, as we call it here in the States, but they all have different styles. It's a lot easier to just go, yeah, it's all anime, man, and, look at me and be like, but that's not. There. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. There, that's what we wanted. And then what we'll do is we'll take all this and we'll copy it. And then we'll put it, apply transformation. Then we'll take this copy and we'll put it below the old, whatchamacallit's chairs. And then we will drag them up here. As such, that looks pretty good. There's a couple more things I want to do before we do this. So let me delete this layer. We're going to add on to the old layer real quick.
Because we might be wondering to ourselves,
how are these magical, cup holders floating?
And that's a good question.
We need to answer that question. So what we'll do is get another pencil layer. What we want to do is put that there. Go and draw some lines. There. Put a couple little divider thingies, Rotate it a bit. Exit out. Do some of that, some of that. Oh, man, I need something other than One Winged Angel in my head. I can't hear the music that's playing just because of how everything's set up right now. But, okay, what we want to do, we'll take a little line thing. Oh, that's what we want. And we'll put it here. Nice! A guide. Then we'll take our pencil. And we'll erase all this. Just so it's not in the way and distracting us. Then we will pencil it in. And we'll have a straight line so that everything isn't just completely wrecked by my knack for being asymmetrical. Then we'll get rid of the line. Bye-bye. Thank you for helping. And alright. Yeah, it looks fine. Here. Maybe a little there. Maybe straighten it out like there. And no. A little more to the right just to make it look a little more dynamic. Okay, that looks fine to me. Except over here. Need to find a way to... and I want it to be about as thick as each other. There we go. And we turn it blue, and then we pull this bad boy out. Oh, also we can get rid of this layer. It doesn't matter to us anymore. Now we come down here. Oops. And we'll just keep doing that until we get a relatively straight line. Awesome. There we go. And we want to turn on vector eraser, makes things really easy. Now turn it off, erase that. Blight. And then we turn it over here. Oh, we'll go a bit faster. Faster! No. Fast! Hooray! No. There we go. Turn vector eraser back on. Loop, loop, loop. Oops. Oh, I see. It doesn't register that it's attached to this line. Because it's technically not. So we'll do this. No big deal. There we go. And erase that. Oh no. Oops. Yeah, I can't see it that well, so we want it to be, we want to cut those corners, like of the drawing. We don't want to cut any actual corners. We want this to look fine. Oh. Hold on a second. There's some gray sticking out there. There we go. Color that. Whoops. That's the risk you take whenever you apply all the layers to each other. If you aren't actually done, then you're in for a little bit of pain. That's okay. I knew what I was getting into. I should know better, however, because something like that always happens with me. I hope everyone got a chance to eat some good dinner. I suppose for most time zones, dinner time has passed. Yesterday I had some Burger King because I wanted to see, with the surgery that happened recently, I wanted to see how I fared, digesting fat. And what better place to test fat digestion than Burger King? I said vector. And the doctor told me before the surgery that,
for most people, you don't really have to change your life in any meaningful way, but some people have trouble digesting fat because the gallbladder used to help with that. Fortunately, I thought I would be one of those people who had trouble. But I'm not, surprisingly. I mean, I put that food away, no problems. So today, I had some meatloaf. And still no problems. But I hope everyone got to get a quality meal. Even if it's just something like what I had yesterday, just some Burger King. Do 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 do. Da na 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 na. Oh wait, I forgot I can do this. I always forget that nice feature that I use a lot called the vector eraser. There we go. Kind of bent out of shape, but oh well. And then we really just need to focus on this line. This one will be a little more forgiving due to the placement. There. That's fine with me. And then the other lines are going to be considered vectors, so. And I think that's it once we color. So we'll go with our neutral gray tone here. Oops. And we'll put it behind everything. Like that. And we'll come back and shade it in a little bit. There, that's good. Good. All coming along swimmingly. 3 more, I believe. Yeah, after this, we'll put down some... I don't like the way this line looks. Get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, that's the middle one. We don't need an angle, per se. But all the other ones we'll leave the angles. Here's what we'll do. We'll erase that. Good. Oops. There we go. Better. If only we could get, let's see. There. Okay. Perfect. I can't wait until I'm done with this, because then I can start talking about other things that pop into my head. I think I've exhausted a lot of the, I don't want to spoil anything for my channel, but of course I want to talk about how excited I am, some of the ideas I have, So I've talked about just about everything I can as far as the theater goes. Now we will shade. Let's see. Where's the shading? Where?
all the dark spots are like on a part you can't really see that. No, that's not true. I don't imagine there's a lot of light coming from under here. And we'll do the same here. Awesome. And here. Erase it a bit. Oh. Okay, well in that case we'll take this color and go down here. And another simple one. It kind of indicates where we'll be shading anyway. Really, I suppose this entire part would be shaded. It's kind of shoved in the crevice there. There. Alright. Erase this little bit of gray there. Okay. There. Sorry, I know this is riveting commentary, but I'm just shading these little walls. Okay, but I think with that, most part, it's just going to be what I initially was going to do before I decided, hey, I want this to look better than it is, you know. So now we'll delete that, we'll combine that, and we'll combine that. And now what we can do is take this, copy, exit out, move the copy down, do it again, and then we'll drag the copy behind the row of seats. And then what we'll do is copy the copy, and we'll put that below the copy, and then we'll drag that up here, see what I'm doing? Do that a couple times, it looks like an actual theater. I think it's an interesting idea. And I think the chairs turned out really good too. I'm happy with how the theater's turning out so far. There we go. And then let me bring out an old friend to give you an idea of what this will look like. Should be all the way down. Here we go. Oh, put him here. Oh my goodness, who could that be? I don't know, but he seems pretty cool. Okay, we're paying attention to this though. Zoom out. Make him small. No, whoops. Yeah, so he'll be like right here. What we're going to do is make a new layer, get our pencil back out, and we will kind of do something similar with what we did with the other chairs, but they're bigger and completely connected. That way, the illusion of sitting is complete. And now we just make sure that all the chairs are the... Whoops. I want to get like one of these things. There we go. Alright, just to make sure the chairs are the same height. Oh, we can also combine all these. Here.
Perfecto.
Everything is coming along smoothly. And then... Oh. Yeah. We want this layer to be its own independent thing. Excuse me a second. Whew. Okay. So yeah, we want this chair to be taller. Get our pencil back out. Make the chair taller. Turn that off. There we go. All the other chairs kind of, reach that line already. So perfect. Now we turn it blue, make another layer, pull out our pen, and we get to drawing curves. Wait, hold on a second. One thing I don't want to do yet
is I want to have these chairs in the back.
Their own separate layer for now. I believe, yeah, we want this one to be the same. We want this one to, let's see. Take that. Take this.
I'm going to change some colors, make them darker.
In case you couldn't tell, that's what I was doing. No. Yeah, whatever. I suppose we can just have it like that. And then get an even... but if I do that, I want it to at least be... I don't want it... Oops. Let me get rid of layer 1 real quick. Here we go. And then we'll go even darker for this layer. You know, because this will just be kind of busy stuff in the background, you know. Just to make it feel more like a theater, but, you know, not actually serve any purpose other than that. And then we'll get even darker, because there's a layer of chairs up here. There we go. And we'll see how this looks. I think, hopefully in my head, what I'm thinking is that it'll make, you know, just kind of a simple way of like there being an illusion that the back of the theater's getting darker and darker, you know? Yeah. I think that works out. I think that worked out fine. So now, we take this, we make sure all the chairs are tall enough. Okay, this one's tall enough, this one, and now we just take away the guide. There, then we turn it blue, and then we make make a new layer, go back to the pen, and now we get to making the actual lines. Hopefully my hand doesn't shake too much so we don't have to do too many takes. Oops. But even if not, even if my hand decides earthquake time, you know, that's no big deal. And we'll erase that. Oops. Just a little bit. I don't need the whole thing erased. Oops. Again. We'll come back over. There we go. And finally. Now I do, we'll do this one again because the other chair goes off screen a little. This one looks bloated though, so there we go. Oh, that's alright. That's alright too. There. And then I guess we can just... There you go. So now what we do is we take this color, make it a little brighter, and we color these in. And it's just going to be pretty nondescript, you know. Doesn't, like, you'll understand from the shape and the red shading that it's supposed to be the same thing closer to a movie screen. If you don't understand that, I'm sorry. I can't help you. Maybe someday I can buy you a movie ticket and you can go to a movie, but for now, I don't know how I could help you. I color all these in. Once I get the edges, what I like to do is I like to get a little bit closer to the whatchamacallit, or I like to get closer to the drawing and then color around the edges specifically, because then I can have a little more leeway when I zoom out and I get a bigger pen, bigger marker. That's what I meant. In this way, I think the only chair where the illusion kind of doesn't work is this one. But I feasibly don't know, you know, how many 4 people in a stream. I think that kind of be chaos, trying to get 4 people to do a movie watch along at once. So yeah, and here I am. It looks like I'm sitting in the middle of a movie theater. Let's get some celebratory water. Nice. And now what we'll do is we'll work on the floor. I wanted to make sure the chairs were worked on, make sure everything went according to plan before I worked on the floor, because why put all that effort into the floor if I can't even do the main part the way I'm thinking? You know? I think one thing we'll do is we'll take both of these layers, combine them, and make them a bit bigger. Oops. Let's try that again. Alright. And there we go. I think that should do a better job of... There. That looks good. It still looks like like what I'm thinking in my head, you know, the theaters I've been to, there are a couple of like, you know, every row has a walkway, and then there are a couple of rows that have even larger walkways, and I'm thinking that I'm sitting in or behind one of those larger walkways. Here's a large walkway, here's the next row. I just, you know, maybe that's just too much thought for like such a silly thing for me to, you know, I don't know, why am I putting that much thought into it? That's okay. I like to do that kind of stuff. It feels more gratifying to have put all this silly thought. So now what we want to do is we want to have these rows here. We'll make a new layer. Put it at the bottom. We can get rid of this layer. You can get rid of this layer. But with this layer, we're going to have kind of like a staircase. That way. And then on the opposite side, well, hopefully it'll be symmetrical. Probably won't. I typically get symmetry pretty bad. Or, don't do it that great. Yeah. How about that? Yeah, it's better. Let's clean up the lines. Move them over here. Oh, let me show y'all what I'm doing. Trying to make it symmetrical. Doth thou see? Okay. Now what I want to do is just draw. Just take my pen out. Draw a big old line here. There. Then what'd I do? Oh no, I meant to delete that. And then I'll make another layer here, and we'll color it in black. Because from my experience, theater floors tend to be all shiny and black, you know? They want it to look like you're actually walking through Hollywood, you know? And it also, you know, having the color black also just makes the, makes it more... It makes it pop more once the lights go out, I guess. I don't know. And then we'll take a little gray, go back up to the line layer. And we'll fiddle around, see what happens. Here's way. Oops. That's no good. And now, what do we do? I think now we'll, like, do some velvety walls, I guess. There we go. Maybe a little bit of like yellow light looking stuff. But I don't know how I'm going to do that without making it just look a little too extreme. We'll put it here. No, we'll put it here. Oh, and we also don't want to use the... There. Because there's always like the, you know, the walkways. And then we'll bring down the opacity. come back, make another layer for our walls. We'll just make it darker. Put some stripies, you know. I think that's a pretty good looking theater. What do y'all think of that? I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. The only thing that I have to do, first and foremost, delete me. Get out of here. What I need to do is make sure I save 2 versions of this, because, you know, the neat idea of having me between these 2 rows isn't going to work if it's just a PNG. So what I'm going to do is have the version that's just these chairs, and then the version that's just these chairs. So I'll compile everything except the front row into a layer. Turn this off. We'll do another layer below with more black. Just because we don't, you know, I'm not going to be able to place the chairs perfectly every time. We don't want the gray to show. Color, color, color. There we go, and then we save as a PNG. I go to my folder where I save backgrounds. Theater room, yes. Save that, save that. And now, what we'll do is make a new layer, take this color, take this color, color that in a bit, color in the spaces where I didn't do well at coloring. Whoops. I said color in where we didn't do well, not make things worse. And then, so we'll take all this, export as a single layer. Well, let's go back to our backgrounds and assets folder, and we'll call this theater front row. Save it. Save it. And we've done the first thing on our list. It only took us almost an hour and a half, but we're finally done. Where's my pen? So we can check theater room off my to-do list for drawing. Speaking of which, one of the things on my to-do list is whatever the audience wants me to draw. So if you all get tired of me drawing assets and stuff, feel free to just drop a suggestion in the chat of what you want to see me draw. And even if it's something I'm not terribly confident in, maybe I'll take a break and I'll start drawing it. So for now, I'm going to pull up a new 1,000 by 1,000 and we're going to draw a fun little asset that I've been wanting to have in my streams for a while. Yeah, I'll save it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, if you're familiar with me at all, then you might know that I like to draw comics and comic character ideas under the name Cabbage Head. And typically, anytime Cabbage Head shows up somewhere, It is with an icon of a little green rabbit named Messel. I figured, since Ubu is a part of Cabbage Head just as much as any of the other things I've drawn, that it'd be cool every once in a while to pull out my little mascot friend. So we're going to make a stuffed animal version of Messel. Make it a bit smaller. Here we go. Got big ol' ears. Because she's a rabbit. Rabbit's got them big ol' ears. Kind of have her slouched over a little. There. And move this here. Sounds good. And then we'll move the body a little as well. There. And then he's got big old rain shoes. Like that. I do, as I've said before, have a little bit of trouble with symmetry, so please be patient with me. Give me a second. Let me look at something real quick. Okay. Alright. Oh. There we go. Erase all this, because it's getting in the way. Ooh. Okay, so far so good. I'm really liking how this is turning out. This is going to be a simple one. I still want to do it. It's not quite. There we go. And then, of course, because it's plush, and you want to solidify the fact that it's a stuffed animal and not just a creepy doll form of a dead person or something. You want to make the button eyes. There, I think that looks pretty good. Now, I typically use black lines as outlines, but I'll try and work with more thematic colors, I guess. Okay, so I want this to be like pastel colored. There we go. Very nice. Oh, that ear's too big. We only accept perfect ears in this chat room. Excuse me. And since she's looking this way, actually... There. Alright, perfect. Oh, no. We'll just not use vector. There we go. There. And then... There we go. I'm going to use a darker gray, because typically I do the outside of her eye as a black. But to go with the theme of not doing that, I suppose, you know, whatever. And now we'll work on the eye things. There. Buttons, that's what they're called. Had a little trouble, but I got there. There. Perfect. And we might as well use this gray for the actual things holding it in anyhow. Actually, let's get this color darker. Come back over here. And then we'll take this gray and we'll connect these dots. And we'll smile. Ain't she a doll? Quite literally. And then we'll do a lower layer so that this isn't getting in the way of everything. Do a little erasing. Perfect. And we'll get some dark red is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, my back. And we'll put it above right here. There. Oh, try that again. There we go. And now we can erase these lines, because we know that they'll just get in the way. Perfect. I love it. Just one more thing. There. And now we'll combine it all. There. Get rid of that. Now we make a new layer for coloring. Now her green fur is already pretty pastel-y, I guess. So we'll just stick with the similar color. Yeah. Really, the only things that'll drastically change is typically she has eye whites. I'm going to see how it looks without eye whites first. if I think it looks good, then we'll keep it where the whites are colored green. And if I like it, if I'm not sold, then we'll see how it looks with white. There we go, there we go. I might use a little bit more vivid a green. No, looks too sickly. There. I like that one. For all I know, that was the exact shade of green I'd already picked. I don't know. Let's get rid of this. Sorry, even whenever I think I'm done with a certain thing, I end up coming back as I go. Like as I'm working on step 5, I'll look back at step 2 and I'll say, I didn't do step 2 well enough. It's real fun. There. And then her eyes are typically a very, very bright yellow, but we'll go with something more subdued for this. There. And I always make her dress the same color as her eyes. Obviously, we'll color this part a different color because that's supposed to be inside. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Her ears are typically a really dark green. That's not going to change, it's just going to be a different dark green. Yeah, every once in a while I try to think of like funny or just fun assets that I can make for streams. I think to myself, well, what could I actually use this for? And that's when I eventually made the glasses. I'd wanted to make the glasses for drawing streams just because it seems thematic. And then I was like, I put it off for, until after debut because it wasn't necessary for me to do it for like the first couple streams. Because I wasn't really doing any drawing things. But then I did the quiz stream, and I thought, hey, I want to look smart for the quiz stream, so I'll make some smart stuff. And what makes you look smarter than a pair of glasses? So I whipped up some glasses. Looking back, not only does it, like I need them to draw, but I need them to read, I need them to look smart. I don't know, there's just so many. I mean, if I play a game that's supposed to, like if I play Brain Age or Jeopardy or something, then I can use them for that as well. This plush was just, I thought it would be a fun bit of product placement, but also if I ever whip up a bed, it would go nicely with that too. Red boots. That's a good color, I think. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do for shading. Woo! We went out of bounds a little bit there. That's okay. Crisis averted. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Hey, hey. There. And there we go. See, that was relatively simple. And I think, I always have a transparent background, so it actually looks nice in the stream. Maybe I'll put a little shadow under her. There.
hold on. There we go. Now, export. Messel plush. But we want to put it in our backgrounds and assets folder. Very good. And now we can do this. Add a source, a new image. Alright, check this out, fellas. You're about to get blown away. We just drew it, and now... Ta-da! We got a little plush. Nice. We did it. Okay, let me get my pen and we can check that off the checklist too. Perfect. That makes me happy. Alright, a new one. Now, I'll leave it up to y'all if you want some input just to make it a little more interactive. I have 3 more things on my list. 1, I can do another room, at least get started on drawing another background for my stream. 2, I can draw another character from my little character file. Or 3, y'all can give me a suggestion. So 1 for background, for a specific idea you have. How's that sound? Maybe I'll pin that just so you know. Let's see. What should I draw next? 1 background, 2. Oh, hold on. 2. What did I say? Character. 3. Your idea. And we'll pin it. So if someone shows up after I'm done talking, they can see it. Alright, we collapse, pinned image. And I'll give y'all a few minutes. Don't feel pressured to say anything if you don't want to. But if you do have a suggestion, this is your opportunity. You can tell me what you want to see. Well, isn't that just amazing? Oh, and I can get out of my reference for theater chairs. Excuse me. Doom 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 dun dun bam 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 bam. Let's see where we am in the... Okay. That's okay. I'll think of something myself. We'll draw a new character. Because we already did a background, and number 3 is your idea. You have decided to forever hold your peace. So, I have a big file full of character drawings that I like to keep on hand. And we're going to see what I'm going to draw next. Just what character design jumps out at me. Maybe you were here for the last stream, maybe not. But I'm trying to put a little portfolio together just to have, you know, some interesting character designs, and to give people an idea of how I draw, because I think it'd be cool to draw little caricatures and stuff for other people. So let me look through to the BRB screen while I look through. I forgot to unmute. I picked my idea. Go ahead and unpin that. There we go. Alright, so let me make a new file real quick. There's an idea for a little adventure comic that I want to do. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the characters themselves, but I'll talk about this one a little bit because his design sticks out at me. I'm going to draw a character named Ladrone. I think it'll be interesting. So we'll start with a head. Kind of a body arched this way. His hands will be here. Kind of arched. Because like I'm trying to put him in a little more dynamic a pose than the last drawing I did. This arm will be out here, but he has big claws, so you'll be able to see it. Move this up a little bit. There we go. Give him a nose. There we go. Okay. He has kind of like Captain Olimar eyes, except with like really squatty pupils in them. Like I said, big mole claws. I don't like how that's turning out, so we'll like that. There, that looks better. His ears are like kind of like mine, but a little more, how you say, stretched out, I suppose. With a little tuft right there. It almost looks like a combination of a rabbit and a mole. Maybe a little bit of a mouse. So, mole. How's his hair look? I suppose this will all be a surprise to you, how he ends up looking. I don't have any references for Ladrone on my computer. Sorry.
Something like that. Oh, I think he has 3 hairs. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then he has like a big hoodie thing. Kind of tucks into his arm there. And then it gets longer on the other end. Okay, and here's his head. And here's where the hoodie opens. There. Pretty good. Alright, and then what is he going to be doing with his legs? Maybe bending this one in. Like that. Excuse me. This one be a bit longer. And he has kind of those cartoony rabbit feet.
There.
Now I'll just bold in the lines, specifically where I want to, or what I want to be part of the finished product. That.
I almost forgot something.
He's got whiskers. There we go. He does have a tail right here. Little rabbit tail.
There. And there he is. Now we turn it blue. Pull out the pin. Let's get ready to draw, fellas. Alright. Now, the thing that I'm really going to enjoy about this, he says sarcastically, is all of the rounded parts of the character. And that should give you an idea of why I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, go away. Draw just one part at a time. Until you get it right. There we go. It's pretty good. Oh, okay, well. Clip Studios didn't think so. There, that's better. Now we'll erase some of this little stuff. There. Good, good. Alright. Kind of fine tune it a little. Perfect. Come over here, do the same. No. I was gonna say good, but it's not. It's not good. There. For the most part. And voila. And then the rest are the claws. That'll be much easier. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to come in at an angle. You can't just do a curved line at the end. It won't come out in the shape you think it will. The one thing about vector is it will decide the line thickness for you, and sometimes it's not what you want. There. So we'll do it that way. And down here. Alright, then we'll come at an angle for that one. Pretty good. Pull the vector eraser back out, see how that turns out. Pretty good. And now, oh, okay. Bring this down. There, that's better. Erase that.
And there we go. We have
His claws on one hand. And now we'll make his arm. And erase that. Erase that. Erase that. Okay, why isn't it erasing everything? There we go. Doing pretty good. Kind of put a line there to indicate that piece of clothing is coming over. It'd be more like this, I believe. We'll leave that. We'll do two more. Yeah. We want it to look good though. It like bends the line out of shape. That's fine. That's good. No, just the. Okay. Whatever. That's fine.
We've reached the 2-hour mark.
We shall return to the head. Draw a little nose. Very good. And now the line of the head. No, I want his snout all distorted. We want it to be good. That looks fine. There we go. I suppose the first thing we should do is erase that and then put another circle in the middle. There we go. Awesome. Now, as such, do a little slashy slash. It's on the outside of the head. And erase this and this. And now erase that. And this. Awesome. There we go. Coming along.
I like it.
Oops. Wanted to look a little sharper. There we go. Forgot about the whiskers on the other side. Now, we want about the same size eyeball. All squinty and such because he's concentrating and he's a mole creature.
So his eyes
aren't going to be that big. We'll actually move his eyes, see how it looks here. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. There, that's better. Something just kind of indicate
the sleeve is around his arm.
Oops. Eraser. There we go. Erase. No, that was there for a reason, was it not? Okay. We'll draw his torso, abdomen, whatever. Put a bunny tail.
Nice, nice.
Oh, back to pin. That's good. I like that. Oops. Pardon moi. There. Psh, psh. Perfect. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. We want to keep that. Erase this. Erase that. No. It's a little lumpy, but in like a charming kind of way. Oh, it's almost there. Hold on. Oh my. What's this? Let's see if no, we'll leave it alone. We'll try it again. Thank you, computer, for being weird.
There, I like that better.
Meow, meow. Perfect. But we want both the lines to be equal thickness, both to each other and to the other foot. There we go. Okay, the only thing left is, I believe
we decided that his,
let's see, if his body's here, there we go. Oh no. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Let's get a look without the blue. We need to bring this over. There we go. Nice, I like it. Now we'll do colors. He's mostly like a tannish brown. I don't remember what color his eyes are. I know that the outsides will be black. But let's get started with his fur color, which I think will be... No, that's a little too... more of that. However, I just realized I missed something. So let's go back to the pen, see what I tell you about, you know, you go on to the next step and then all of a sudden you forgot a step. He has like a little pad on the outside of his ear. The color's a little bit. Okay, now his fur will be around here, like this color. And it will be most of his body. There we go. Yeah, I think for the portfolio it'll be interesting to have, you know, a couple characters in like decent idle poses, but nothing too boring. Then like a dynamic character, and then maybe like a character like almost reference sheet, just static kind of deal, just to kind of give people an idea of what I can do. You know, I can draw these characters in these poses. Now, don't you want to give me money? You know, that kind of deal. Still not entirely on board with the fur color. It's too fleshy. We'll stick with this, and because I do want it to be kind of like that dusty brown, but I like there to be a little tan in there, you know. So there's going to be a lot of coloring this in. A lot. But yeah, I'm really, you know, I have no clue if and when I'll get to work on this comic, but it's something I'm really excited about. I got inspiration from it when I played through Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I didn't grow up with that game. I didn't really grow up with Paper Mario a whole lot at all, but the first one I played, not even a whole lot of it, I played Super Paper Mario, but I always heard about how great The Thousand-Year Door was. And every time I heard about it, I was like, well, it's a GameCube game, and I do like the GameCube, and I do have a GameCube, so why not try and track it down and give it a shot? I mean, I'm sure if it's a GameCube game and people are saying it's good, I'm probably like it. I don't know. Eventually I found it for a decent price a couple of years ago, I think while I was still in college, and I didn't beat it all the way, but I did get pretty far. To my understanding, I was about to beat it, and there was a part, you know, I'd done that thing where you like just splurge on a game. Excuse me, I was drinking water. Where you just splurge on a game. You know, you play it non-stop. Eventually there's a point where you're just baffled what you do next. And typically whenever you reach that point, it's like a part in the game where you come back the next day and you're like, oh, it really wasn't that hard. I was just out of it, I guess. That's happened to me for probably every game I've played that, you know, has like something of a linear story. There's a point when I just have to stop playing it. I can never finish a game like that in one sitting. The only games I can finish in one sitting are like arcadey kind of games, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I almost got to it. I don't want to say where I was because, you know, I know it's an older game, but there's only like one way to play it, so I want to give people who want to track a copy down hope. You know, like, there's a reason for me to play it, because I don't even know what happens. I've just heard good things about it. Kind of like, more or less, how I was when I played it. But it's just a really fun game. To the point that I came up with a fun little road trip comic, more or less. Not exactly like a get in, kids, we're going on a... And then they look at the camera and say, road trip. And then the credits roll. But more of a, you know, just what's on the tin. Leaving home with a variety of interesting characters. That's what I love so much about Thousand Year Door, was just the, you know, going from place to place, all these interesting locales, meeting completely new characters with different personalities, all the different musics, you know. It just, the kind of charm that you don't see in a lot of Mario games nowadays. I mean, I don't want to, you know, bash Mario too much. I do like... I like it whenever it feels like they're taking chances. I think even though Odyssey kind of had... It wasn't perfect, but I really liked it. Like a lot. Definitely among the 3D Mario games. It deserves its place. It is a part of the family. And it's so easy for me to give that recognition because they advertised it at E3, I think, at one point, that the team was allowed to, you know, just kind of like, step aside, old formula. We have a couple of fun new ideas, you know. And I think it worked in its favor. But yeah, Thousand Year Door definitely has that charm. Just the, you know, these are characters you might not ever see again, you know. Whereas Mario games nowadays, it's like the same 5 characters that they know they can market because these characters have been around for 20 years. And if they add someone new, it's specifically just to like test the waters and see if they have like an Olaf or a minion or something. Like, how many toys can we get from Rosalina or Sprixie Princess, you know? That kind of thing. But anyhow. I might... This is another case where I might change the colors. Something a little... There we go. That's much better. Excuse me. Yeah, there's like this feeling that a lot of GameCube games, not just by Nintendo, there are some by Sega, they just kind of give you a sense of adventure. You know, nothing fancy. It's not like a grand story or amazing characters or anything. I mean, for crying out loud, one of the games that kind of makes me feel that way is Sonic Heroes. I mean, I guess there's some good Sonic characters, but they aren't like good as in, you know, wow, what depth. It's like, this is the grumpy one, this is the smart, timid one, this is the genius who wants to take over the world, this is the edgy one who they made so that, like, they could... I don't know, I guess someone just wanted to see, like, anime music videos made of Sonic. It was like, let's make some cutscenes that kind of appeals to the Kingdom Hearts crowd because he's angsty talking about his inner darkness. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. It's not like the characters are terribly deep, they're just terribly lovable. And so obviously that's not what appealed to me the most. It was a lot of like the backgrounds and just going to all these really cool worlds. And I wish I could. I want someday to have the opportunity to like capture that in comic form. Okay, I think I'll make the nose the same color as the ear thing over here. And this will be, I just remembered. Let's open that up. Yeah, it can't be a hoodie without a hoodie opening thing. We can take that to the bank. Alrighty. And then we'll take this color and we'll get back to it. There we go. Oh, we can get rid of that. Yeah, for now, we'll just work on the basic colors. We'll focus on making the fur look a little more interesting in a little bit. So I know most of this is just like one shade of brown. Just like, you know, like where's the color? Why can't you put this in a dish and make it look more interesting? This is just a hazelnut. Well, to that I say, give me some time. I'm trying. Art takes patience. Art takes two things, patience and practice. And some other things, but those two are among them. Maybe a bit of skill, but you can kind of make up for that with practice. If you practice a lot, eventually it might start clicking. Like, oh, that's how you do this, you know. But if you're just naturally skilled at drawing, like you're born and you understand why things look good artistically in certain ways, then you don't really need to do that too much, do you? I'm not one of those people, but I'm sure someone out there, you know, they like 5 months old, pulled out a sketch pad. It's like, this is the Mona Lisa. I drew it from memory. Those people are pretty cool, but they don't know how lucky they are. Now what color do we want the... Yeah, we want like this dusty grayish color. That's a good color for whiskers. And I said I'd make the nose the same color as the ear pad. I think the only other color left is the, I guess, iris is what you call that. Let's come up here to the ear pad thing. Do a little erasey, make it look nicey. Fill in a couple of these blanks. Heaven forbid our drawing not look professional, am I right? Yeah. And then we come back over to the nose and make sure I didn't put down any pink. We didn't. Good. In there. Okay. What else needs to be done? Eyes. What color should the eyes be? How about just like a bright orange? kinda deserty colored. This is a fella who spends his time digging in the desert. So we'll give him some glowing orange eyes. That'll look cool. We don't want him to look too creepy, but we do want him to look kind of cool, you know? Oops. Anyway, oh no! Wrong color. There we go. Does that work, or are my eyes deceiving me? Okay. Yes, this is an original mole creature. This is Ladrone. It's a guy I made up for a comic I haven't made yet. Okay, I guess now we go on to shading. First things first, make this darker. So we fill that in. There we go. Yeah, we want a slightly less dark shade for the outside shading. There we go. Fill this back in. Erase that. Excuse me. How have you been, Shy Shark? I hope your day has been good. Mine has been nothing to complain about. Simple. Just waiting for streaming, coming up with stream ideas, etc. Is this... Uh-oh. I've been using the wrong shade of darker burgundy. There, that's good. And then we fill this in. Just woke up from a nap. Nice. I woke up from a nap a couple hours ago. Kind of, for a few minutes, it felt like my brain was, you know, like when you wake up from a nap, even though it was a good nap, it almost feels like your brain has been, like, loosened or something. I don't know if that's like a feeling other people... I hope it is, otherwise maybe I need to go back to the doctor. But there are like those moments when you feel like kind of discombobulated regardless of whether or not it was a good nap. That's how I felt when I woke up from my nap. But I got over it quickly, thank heavens. Okay. That's good. I think that's some good shading. We'll do a little extra shading in here. Because that's just the default. The hole goes deeper. Like here. And we'll do a couple lines. There we go, like that. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty nice. Let me stretch real quick. It needs reboot. Well, as a brain genius, my brain only needs a few minutes of reboot. I'm just kidding. But thankfully it didn't take long for me to get back to normal. Okay, so the shading is going this direction. Let's take this color, make it a little darker. Oh. There we go. There. Perfect. Oh, hold on. There. Now let's see.
Sometimes shading just kind of, it's like almost incomprehensible to me. But I gotta do it, you know? I want this to look nice. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, it's going this way. Well, let's see how this will look. And we'll erase it where necessary. Pretty good. There. I guess we'll just do the shading in this direction. There. Perfect. Oh. There we go. Okay, that's good. Uh-oh. Sometimes whenever I shade, I erase some of the other shading I've done, and it always irritates me. Just, you know, not much, but technically. Alright, and I made sure to give myself a little line here so I know where to shade. Thank you, past self. Always thinking ahead for me, or trying. There. That looks good. I like it. And we'll kind of loop around with this. Like that. And then erase around here. Whoops. That looks pretty good. And nice. Maybe we'll do a little bit of that on the side. And then erase all this because that doesn't belong there. And then erase that. Very nice. Color this in because the sleeve's coming up. There we go. Well, actually, because this bends here. Hold on. Zoom in so we have a little more leeway to work with. There we go. Awesome. Oh. How does that look? Could. Oh. This isn't the right button. I want to zoom in, not undo. There. That's better. Excuse me. Okay. And then over here, do a little more shading. Nice. Zoom in right here. There. And then erase this stuff. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Let's see. Kind of make it a little coherent or cohesive. I guess those words kind of mean the same thing: coherent, cohesive, what have you. But still, they're used in different contexts, I suppose.
And then color that in. Color that in. Kind of. No. Never mind. Doesn't look that good. I'm trying here. Just kind of fiddling with ideas, you know. You know, maybe that leg is casting a shadow.
I think so.
I think that's a possibility. There we go. Nice. Color in this part. Awesome. No. I don't like it. See how that looks. How's that look? How's that looking, fellas? That's a pretty good looking foot. That's some good foot shading. You're really bad with shadows. I hear ya. I think I get them, but, you know, it's probably not true. Sometimes I look at something I've done and I think, you know, that looked a lot better before I posted it. And now that I've posted it, I'm realizing it is not as good as I thought it would, or as I thought it was. Because if I put a shadow here, well, here is fine, I think, but anywhere else here kind of indicates that, like, the foot is shaped like a bowl, you know? There, I think that's good. Maybe like a little something here, just to make it look like, just to remind you, oh yeah, this foot technically has shading, there's just not a lot you could do with it. Looking good to me so far. I think I've done all the shading for this fur color though. So let's go on to the claw color. The claw. Pop culture reference. Absolutely. There we go. Get out that eraser. Nice. Color that in as well. Hop to it. Get it? Because it's like a rabbit creature. Pun wasn't intended, honestly. It's okay if the joke didn't land. And almost. Now. I messed it up. We don't want all of it shaded right here, but we want some of it because it has shading on it in a perfect world. Oh, Shy Shark, do you like my little plush that I made? I made it live on stream and then added it to my setup. Oh, it's taking over my desk. Oh no. Now, I think something terrible's about to happen. If you'll give me a second, I have become the plush. Now where's the glasses? Alright, back to drawing. And then we'll take this shadowy color over here to these claws, which will probably have more shading on them. Probably, I would assume. And then hopefully we can cover up all this brown that I accidentally left out. Oh. Perfect. And then we take this color and we make it a little darker, and then we go back inside, Come on, don't be shy. There we go. Not quite. That shading kind of indicates an ovular shape. His nose is supposed to be circular. And then we take that color and we come over here to the ear pad. There's something I don't like. I'll put that here for reference. Some of the ear pad color was bleeding. Okay. Then we take this back and we erase this. Oh! Wait. Hold on a second. Thank you. I invented it. Specifically with the functions to draw better than Pablo Picasso himself. So if he can draw, that means I did my job. Okay, well my plan didn't go accordingly. I just thought of another function. I was explaining earlier that whenever I draw assets for streams, I like to have a few ideas of different silly things I could do with them, and I just thought of something else I could do with this plush. But I don't know if I want to tell everyone, because that would ruin the surprise. Also, I don't exactly know how I'd execute it. Okay. Get back over there, you goober. And get back over here, you glasses. Back on my face. Kind of. Good enough. Okay, anyway, as I was doing. That's good. That's some good stuff. There we go. Yeah, that's classic. Oh, another thing I was thinking of. You know, this eyeball is hanging comically off of his head. So we'll do a little shading there as well. There. Nice. Doesn't make any sense. I don't care. I didn't ask for not that. And then we'll take this color, zoom on in. No, it would be more like that. There you go. Maybe I'll save my comical sound effects for when I actually get something done right. And then... No. I think that's wrong too. You know what? We'll leave it like this. There. And this can probably get engulfed in shadow. I think we're summoning Kingdom Hearts, because this just got engulfed in shadow. What else is there? Is that everything? Almost. A couple finishing touches. Because if I did shading for that eye, I need to do some shading for this eye. Let's try it again, though. There. That's beautiful. I like it. It's very nice to me. Let's try and zoom in a little bit better. How does that look, fellas? Come on, a little more. There we go. How's that look?
Is there anything else that you think I need to do? Would you see this and think, hey, that's pretty good? Or would you see it and think, something else needs to happen to this? I don't want to put too much... I thought of an idea. I was going to say, I don't want to put too much, like, lighting on it, because most of this character's covered in fur. But not everything, not every part of it's covered in fur. Case in point. Excuse me. And we'll take the eraser and get to erasing. Doing what it does best. Oh, it's not quite as perfect. There. And maybe a little something. Zoom in first. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Now what else? Maybe I'll add a little bit of lighting to this ear here. Just a little. We'll make it look better. Oops. No. No. Like that. Like this. That looks pretty fine, I guess. And add some of this. This little thing we have called color. Pretty good. Pretty good, methinks. Okay. But PNG. In my art folder. There we go. That's a third drawing for this stream. Now, speak now or forever hold your peace. If you have an idea of something you want me to draw, say it in the chat. Yeah, I did the plush, I did this mole guy, and I did a new background. Anyway, yeah, if you don't feel like going back and watching in the VOD, you'll eventually see the background. Who knows, maybe I'll call attention to it while I'm in the I don't know. But yeah, there are a couple moving parts to the first drawing I did, the background that I did, so I don't want to pull it all out because it's not currently open right now. But yeah, if anyone has a suggestion for something they'd like to see drawn, let me know. Because oh, it's okay, we'll go back. Okay. Yeah, just let me know, because I want to break the 3-hour mark, but I'm getting to the point where if I go on much longer, it'll just kind of feel excessive, you know? So, are there any ideas? Even if it's kind of complex, I'll try and dumb it down so it won't take like 8 hours to do. But we got 14 minutes until we hit the 3-hour mark. Why stop now? Other than the fact that I'm getting to the point where I feel like stopping. You know. But anyway, let's see what I can do here. We'll call this while you people think of ideas for things I can draw, I'm going to... Uh-oh, where'd I go? Where'd I go? I'm right here. I forgot that setting stuff up in the background, you can't actually set it up in the background as far as I know. You can only set it up in the foreground. A friend for plush guy. Okay, I'll draw a friend. I'm not even going to look for like a pre-existing character design. Here, let me put this back real quick, and then we'll draw a friend for plush guy. Sorry, I muted while I went to the BRB screen. What I was explaining is I want to buck the trend of associating rabbits with carrots, so when I draw a plush friend for the rabbit, I want it to be romaine lettuce, so I'm going to draw a friend made of romaine lettuce. Thank you for acknowledging the fact that I was muted. I could have gone the rest of the stream just not talking to anyone. That would have been very sad. There we go. Nice! Now we're talking. And romaine, lettuce has all the little crackly lightning leaf things. Little vein thingamabobs. All gross and crunchy. You know. Oh yeah, we got our romaine lettuce, boys and girls. And now we turn it blue. And now we pull out the big guns. So for this part, we'll go up to here. And then we'll do a little bit of mix and match. Whoops. Try it again. Try it again. And then we'll blend them together. See how that looks. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh wait, hold on. We'll make a new layer. There we go. So we can do that, and that, and that. Pretty good. Oh yeah, give me that lettuce. Give me that lettuce goodness. Don't recall it, I gotta use it for Thanksgiving. There we go. And we got a romaine lettuce. It's pretty good, pretty good. Now we make a new layer. Do a little white color. Oh wait, hold on. We erase this, we erase this, erase this, erase this. Oh! There we go. Now we go back to the white stuff. There we go. And now we do a little lettuce color. Oh yeah. Man, look at this. Doesn't this just look scrumdiddly-umptious? Somebody call Willy Wonka. I think someone stole his everlasting gobstopper recipe. This is just looking scrumdiddly-umptious. Somebody call the man himself. Tell him that Slugworth got another recipe. There we go. Now, we'll zoom in. Right here. Do a little extra coloring, because we didn't do our job that well, apparently. There. Oh, my back. Hold on. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a face for our new friend.
Make the brush smaller. Here, let's try it again. And voila! We have our romaine lettuce friend. Ain't he beautiful? Here's my rating. Oh wait, hold on. I give it thumbs up. He's giving a thumbs up. He's so happy to be alive, I guess. I don't know. Nice. Don't worry, I'll add color to his hand in a second. Alright, then we make a new layer. Get some white. Now, this is another instance of it's nice to have an asset that you can use for multiple occasions. Because not only is he a friend for the Messel plush, but if I need to call a taxi, I can use his thumb up in the air to call for a taxi, because that's how you call for a taxi. Fix the fingers a little bit. Those fingers are kind of wonky. Especially this one, he has like a crack in it. Oh! There we go. Perfect. Now we color this in. Dude. Maybe I don't need a portfolio. Maybe I could just show this to everybody. I don't know what that is. He has a normal amount of fingers. I don't know why he has like a sixth one sticking out there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And done. Now, if you'll give me just a minute, put him in my asset folder. Okay, and now I'll come over here, press a couple buttons, beep beep boop, boop beep boop, beep boop beep. Blah blah blah. And then I'll press this, and then excuse me, and then I'll do that. Oh heck yeah. And voila! We got a new friend. Oh, he's precious. Best friends forever. I'm so happy that, wow, we just crossed the 3-hour mark. This has been a momentous occasion. Not only did we finally find Messel a friend, but it was a good friend, and it only took us 3 hours to get to it, to that point. Here,
this has been... Oh, Rabbit won't eat him, don't worry. Now hold on a second. I've got a present. I'm going to spend the rest of the stream There you go. Well, this has been a really good stream. I had a lot of fun. I drew a lot of pictures. 4 to be exact. Well, 4.5, I suppose. It's been real, fellas. Hey, for those of you who weren't there at the very beginning, I had a few announcements. I'll share them again just in case you weren't here for the original announcements. Announcement number... but I crumpled up the piece of paper victoriously, so of course I would kind of shoot myself in the foot like this, but let's see. Announcement number 1, I released the schedule for the rest of January. So if you want to see or get an idea of what I'll be streaming every day, go to my Twitter. There will be a schedule somewhere on my Twitter. Announcement number 2, I've decided on my punishment stream for Friday. I will be playing Five Nights at Freddy's while eating pineapple pizza, because I don't like pineapples in general, and I like pizza too much to put pineapples on it. So as a punishment, I will combine those two things and play a game I don't want to play. Announcement numero tres. As you may know, next Wednesday, not tomorrow, but next Wednesday, I will be doing a 2-week celebration stream to celebrate leaving my first month as a VTuber and ushering in a new era of being a VTuber and also being in February. I will be playing a fun game and doing it. It'll be a challenge stream, but I also want to do a Q&A. It just seemed fitting. I wanted to do something pizza related that I hate because it's a game about a pizza place. It's on theme, even if it's terrible. I hope I survive too. I have work the next morning, and I don't want to throw up from pineapple pizza and stay up all night because I'm scared of Chuck E. Cheese mascots coming to kill me. But anyway, back to the third announcement. I'm also doing a Q&A next Wednesday. I've put up a link to a marshmallow. Feel free to go leave me questions. I'll be linking to it all week. Worst case scenario, I still have like a fun challenge to do, but if I have a couple questions to read, that'll make it even more fun. So go to my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, and then you'll be able to ask me questions for the Q&A next Wednesday while I do my fun challenge stream. And speaking of following me on Twitter, not only do that, but if you want to keep up with these streams, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, so that you know when I'm going live. If you think my voice is relaxing, or if you think my jokes are so stupid that you're just compelled, you've got to stay along for the ride, then feel free to subscribe. That way you actually know when I'm going live, and when you can hear my wonderful voice again. Now, this has been a wonderful stream. I would say it's been a wonderful success of a stream. Tomorrow, I'm trying to think what's on the docket. Let me pull up my schedule real quick. Let's see what we got for tomorrow. Fortunately, I keep it written down. It's always like somewhere else. Alright, where is it? Oh, I forgot I have to press this button. So tomorrow, I'm going to return to video games, but I'm going to make it easy on me. I'm going to play Bubble Bobble for the NES. Are y'all excited for Bubble Bobble? I know I am. Oh, wait. I have 2 streams tomorrow. Ooh, double whammy. So for, let's see, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, I'm playing Bubble Bobble. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm gonna try and get Pokemon Mystery Dungeon working. I have the remake for the Switch, and I'm really excited to play it because I loved the original game when I was a kid. So stay tuned for both those streams. Follow me on Twitter. Feel free to ask me questions on Marshmallow for the Q&A. Subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Keep it classy.